Again, the old wrist twisting, like a bit of a magic trick. You can also use ushi-uke. Earlier, up this way. Now, you might think, oh, he's still got hold in here, he's got a great hold in here. I can easily pull out from there. Two hands here, two hands holding quite strong. You can probably still get out using one arm and going slowly. But if you need help, just use two. You grab, pull this way. Yeah? This one he either chooses to hold on stubbornly and goes down a bit further, or he lets go at some point and realises that it's taking him off balance in the bad way. Nothing works from distance. The elbow's going to be bent. The concept of the elbow in, on this one, the elbow in, this is slow. Slow's hard, isn't it? You can still get out of it when you're going slow. Pull over a weak grip, it's not bad. The other thing is you can go straight up the middle, again, hold the tongue. Right. Call that the sky punch for the kids. Right, sky punch, it's just punching the ceiling. Straight up. Not backwards, don't try to come back, doesn't work. Don't do it from distance, doesn't work. But straight up, going slow. The slow is hard. Going fast is easier. But again, if you need two hands, just reach in and straight up and strike. Okay? And the way I explain this to the kids is when you're teaching self-defense to kids, you have to sort of put a perspective and elaborate for them on the fact, and parents like to hear this, that you can't punch kids at school. You can't punch your brother out. You can't punch the bully in the face at school. You can't kick him in the groin, right? You're getting more trouble than the person that grabbed you, okay? So we teach them stage 1 and stage 2. Stage 1 is the type of, stage 1 is primarily release. Get your hands off me. Back off. You know? Stop touching me. It's when someone grabs hold of you and you don't want to be grabbed hold of. But stage 1 is where that happens in what you might call a safe or controlled environment, like school. Because ultimately there is a teacher in the playground, there's principles, there's rules. It's a controlled environment, and you're not allowed to hit kids. So stage 1 of any one of these, you just break out. Hands off. You know? Or grab it, give it back. You know, hands off. And then come back. It's two hands from there, it's up, give it back. Or not give it back, it's up and back off. It's one punch. Right? Or you can be using ushi-uke, pushing your hands away. Doesn't matter what you get, you can turn your back and get them to give you any sort of weird, bizarre grip you want. Thumbs, anywhere you can think of for. And, okay. Case again, but rolling out and using your elbows and twisting out, okay? And once you get in this position, you're not in a Dino club, once you get in this position here, and he's not in a good spot, you can hit him in the face if you want to, but even if you just want to chop down the arms, get the hands off, this is where you can be using your chops to get people's hands off you. Okay? Popping a chop there on the arms releases the hands. Your hands get loose when you get smashed in the forearms with the knife handle. Okay? So you can be using that quite close. I don't think any kid's going to get in trouble at school for chopping someone's forearm away. Right? If you hit them in the face or anything, you might, but just chopping someone's forearm away is probably going to be okay. Right? Stomping on someone's foot is probably okay. But that's about where it ends. Yeah? So stage 1 is the safe environment. Stage 2 is where you're in an uncontrolled environment, like walking home from school or in the park, there's no teachers around, maybe someone bigger grabbing you that you don't know. In those instances, stage 2 means usually breaking free using stage 1 and then retaliating with something in stage 2. It's more violent, it's more physical. There's techniques, there's striking techniques involved in stage 2 because it calls for a different response because it's in an unsafe environment, yeah? But sometimes, even as good as any of our twisting is, you get someone grab your hold and you panic for a minute. If you grab it with two hands, you grab it with two hands and think, wow, this is really tight, how do I get out? Well, the first thing you'll do in a stage 2 environment is bang, or hit, and then twist out. Now, you don't have to just, hang on now, I've got to twist out here, how do I do this for a minute? I'm concentrating, his two hands are down there, look, he's really concentrating on pushing their hands down. I mean, there's so much you can do. Stop the foot, back in the face, and then roll out. Okay, that would be more of a stage 2 self-defense technique we will teach kids, where they've really got to retaliate. They've got to kick low, or they've got to kick hard, and then they've got to do their twisting out, and then they've got to kick again, and then they've got to run. That's the order. Break, release, retaliate, run. Okay? So parents like it when you can distinguish between, those two environments, because they want their child to be able to defend themselves and not get sort of knocked around by the bully, but at the same time, they don't want their kids to be thugs, they don't want their kids to sort of get in trouble or expelled from school. So teach them to keep control. This is when you can use this, and this is when you can use that. Yeah? So you can explain in that way to your students, it makes it fairly simple. So each 2 stages, 1, 2, they can count to 2. This is in school, this is out of school. Okay? And parents will really like, I think the experience we've got, parents really like that explanation. Okay, now, one more grab here. The worst one is where someone, if they're trying to grab you and hit you, we did this one before, where I was here, right, and if I couldn't get my hand straight away, he tries to hit. Talking about getting in here, and just pushing the shoulder, right, so that you just block the punch. You didn't have to try, you're not trying to sort of block or carry the punch, you just stuck your arm out straight, in there like that, right? Now this hand here, it's still got me, but it can come up pretty easily because I'm bring it straight up, the elbow's tucked in. The worst one is when he's here, he's got me this way, and he's pulling this arm down, he's going to hit me over the top of this arm. That's not easy to do. He's got me in a grip that I can't come up out of easily. I can come out that way, but if I'm coming out that way, my hand's low, and I'm pulling into him more, okay? So as much as you can, if someone happens, your hands up here, this isn't going to happen, by the way, is it? But let's say they weren't. In this position here, they grab this thing here. What you want to do is get inside, execute this block we did earlier. Right. If the punch is coming straight, you can still get inside and hit here. Okay? And once you've done that, he's going to reload. And as he reloads, this arm comes straight up and over the top. Okay? So we didn't have time to do our break for here. All we can do is worry about the punch coming. We dealt with that. Then we did the sky punch, and then we can strike while he's reloading. Okay, so it's grab, boom, boom, boom. Okay? Slowly, it's grab, block, up, boom. Okay, up, boom. Right? And of course, if you try to hit, boom, he reloads, boom again, then back. Okay, my left hand's free now to stop that shoulder coming, and I'm coming straight behind him here. Okay? The good thing about hands open as well and close is you don't have to have the full range of the punch. Your fingers can sometimes get in the eyes, and that can cause a lot of panic in someone. I'm not saying you should blind someone, but going in the eyes can really blind someone. Okay, or temporarily anyway, and disorientate, make them panic. Oh my God, I'm not hitting the eye, meanwhile you're shot off that way. Okay, it really wasn't that violent. There might be a bit of a black eye from being fingered or thumbed in the eye, but that's about it, okay? And you've got yourself out of trouble. So let's practice this one. We'll both left foot forward to start with. He's grabbed my left hand, he tries to pull me into his punch. My back is going to come just this way a little bit. As it does, I get inside and block. Just with my palm, boom. And because it's across my body, it's quite strong. Alright? He's still holding on with this hand here. He reloads, I come up, and I either push, bang, or boom, he reloads, up, boom, and I hit here. I can't get in first while he's reloading. Yeah? But what I like is a good extra defense is up, reload, up, boom, bang. That way you make sure you've taken care of the second one. Okay, he's not going to try and hit with the left because he's hanging on to with that hand. Right, after the going light, he's loaded this one first, and then time you're in. Okay, so you're just taking the initiative, grab, boom, up, boom, boom. Okay, let's try that out.